evening, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. You guys might be wondering why the camera's looking funny right now. Honestly, I'm having some issues with my camera on my computer. I don't know what's going on, but the whole thing, that's why it took so long for me to get on here. For the past 20 minutes, I've been trying to figure out how to get this thing to work on my computer. For some odd reason, it just is not working right now. But I'm not going to sit here and leave you out with something. So I'm just using my webcam on my computer right now. So I'm sorry that it's all weird and janky and strange and random angles and all that stuff. And this looks dark as hell. But hey, we got to get into these stories. We got to get into things. And I just knew that if I don't talk about it now, I might not ever have time to actually talk about this. So good evening, everybody. I hope you guys are enjoying your Sunday, having a positive Sunday, unlike some other necks of the woods, all right, of the globe right now, of the corners of the world right now. Some real issues going down, and it's heartbreaking, and we're seeing it unfold all over the world. The whole world is seeing this with our own two eyes. Yes, and I'm sure you guys are looking at this and going, what the hell is going on? Yeah, just so you know, I got a window over there. You know what I mean? Everybody's so used to seeing directly behind me, not off to the side of me. But hey, we got to do what we got to do. We got to tell these stories. We got to get into some things and keep them moving. So before we get things going, please do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. Crush it, destroy it, make it call out your damn name. And do not forget to destroy that subscribe button. All right? And all the other mess that I usually say. Okay? So anyway, unfortunately, I spent all this time talking about all this stuff, right? And yeah, I was just like, you know what? I have to. We just got to jump into it, okay? There's a lot going on. There's some footage we got to take a look at. I'm used to seeing the camera over here, and the camera's right here. So here it is, guys. For those of you guys who don't know, there have been Africans that have been held back from being able to leave the Ukraine. Now, if you've been living under a rock in your corner, in your neck of the woods, Russia invaded Ukraine a few days ago. And over this past weekend, basically hell has broken loose. All hell has broken loose. Now, there are some interesting things that are going on as far as what's been going on with what's been going on over in Ukraine, right? Ukraine is fighting back, vigilantly fighting back. It's sounding like they are being victorious in some areas of the Ukraine. But there's something that's been really interesting that's been going on outside of the war, right? There have been people trying to find refuge, trying to find safety, trying to get away from the chaos that's happening on Ukraine's soil. Natural, native-born Ukrainians, and also immigrants, mainly of the African descent. Now, if you don't know what's going on, like I said, you've been sleeping under a rock, baby. But we're here to talk to you guys about what's going on, okay? And what we know right now is that there's some serious goings-ons right now in Ukraine. They're allegedly going to be talking, Ukraine and Russia. I guess there's been a mutual agreement to meet up in talks of peace. Now, we don't know if that's entirely true or not. Putin has recently said some crazy stuff, talking out the side of his damn neck, saying all kinds of stuff, saying that he's hinting towards what he said a few days ago, where he said, hey, there is going to be a reaction from me and from Russia like no one has ever seen before. So now he is doubling down on that. Yet they are still talking about a possibility of getting Ukraine and Russia to meet in talks of a possible maybe a shaking of hands and saying truce. I really don't know. But it's very weird. You hear that piece and then you see other stories of a whole bunch of people, the other leaders, Zelensky and all that, coming out and saying, hey, we are still fighting. We are still boots on the ground. We are still kicking ass and taking names. I may die on this soil to protect my country and protect my own, right? And you got Putin on the other side saying, man, I will drop, the B word, because we can't really say those words on this channel, unfortunately, right? But something else on top of that has been very interesting. I'm just giving you a little bit of a breakdown of what's happened over the past 24, 48 hours, okay? Is he talking about dropping some serious, the big mothership, the mushroom clouds, if you will, because I can't say those words either, you feel me? So I have to be censored, unfortunately. Is Putin capping or is he being real? That is a question I'd like to know. But I keep saying, I'm just giving you guys a little bit of an update on what's going on that part. But the one thing that's very heartbreaking, the one part that is extremely heartbreaking and frustrating, okay, is that people are trying to leave Ukraine. Innocent lives, civilians, innocent lives are trying to leave Ukraine. And then you see footage like what I'm about to show you right now. See, now, if you are native born Ukraine, you can leave. But if you have anything else, mainly, of the melanin in the skin, apparently you stay in. But why, I ask? Why? Let's take a look at this video, shall we? Shocking. Okay, I need to pause this for a second, okay, guys? Now, if you don't notice what's going on in this video here, you see a whole lot of Black people, okay, African immigrants, African Ukrainians, okay, right there trying to get on said train, and they're getting pushed back. Let's continue. I'm going to repeat that one more time, because I got another compilation video, all right, that has a little bit of this first, the beginning part here, and then more on my Twitter, okay? I'm going to show that Twitter video as well. Please, by all means, follow me on Twitter. I've been using that a lot lately, especially with things that are developing news that is revolving around this particular war. But also, this really shook me to the core. But I want to show you guys this in the very beginning one more again. Look as this train starts to drive away or, leave down the track. I don't know what that means, but you know what I mean, drive away or roll away, whatever, train away, whatever the verb for train is, okay? Train in motion. You feel me? Just take a look. Notice that they are putting up a barrier. Real talk. They are straight up putting up a barrier from the people who are trying to get onto the train and the train. Thank you, Herr Kaiser Soze. Kaiser Soze. Thank you so much. Depart. Okay? As the train departs, you got people who are scared for their lives, trying to seek refuge, and they're being held back. Strategic, exactly. Choo-choo down the triggity track. Okay? Even that one too. Just a little humor. Just to shed a little humor on top of this very grim and messed up situation here. But look at this. People being held back. There's more though. I got another one more. I got more. Okay? I got more, baby. Hold on. Okay. Okay. That is just one small snippet. That's a snippet. One little snippet. I'm gonna show you more. You know what I'm saying? I got more. Okay. Infinite content. Thank you so much for the DM. I'll take a look at it here in a second when I get a second. Anyway. Let's get over to this other. There's a full-on video. Let me just grab that right quick from me page. Okay. Now I'm going to show you guys this quick video. Now there's a part of the video, okay? Part of it is what we just saw a second ago. And then there's more. So let's take a look at that. 1 second, guys. Like I said, and shout out to Amanda Seals because she's the one who put it up. That I saw this compilation that she had put up. I don't know if this was from somebody else or something like that, but she was the person that I saw on IG sharing this, so I had to share this. So we're gonna rewatch the very beginning, what we just saw, but there's more. So keep your eyes peeled.
Why? Yeah, why? What kind of lesson? What is this?
Okay, so I just want to say real quick, people were, okay? This is all past tense. This happened a little bit ago. Things have changed, but this is what we have had to deal with, what they had to deal with in the very beginning. But as you just saw, a little clip, people were getting dragged off of buses. Literally getting dragged off of buses. Now, African students being held at, you see the rest of the title right here, between Poland and Ukraine. Let's go.
We are innocent.
Okay. So I understand. I saw somebody say, hey, no, this has nothing to do with the R word. This is all about misinformation. Now, here's the thing. Whether it is misinformation or not, this came out. And you tell me if this looks like misinformation. I'll just play this one more again. You tell me if this looks like people who are just literally trying to get out of a country that is getting ransacked by Russia. Innocent lives are being taken. And all of a sudden, when people are finding refuge or thinking that they're going to be safe, once they get to the place where they can get transported somewhere else, they are told no. They are held back. They're saying, nope, can't do nothing. Sorry, you're staying right where you are. If if they sit there and say, oh, it's all about visas and stuff like that. None of those people that were going over to Poland can sit there and say that they had a valid visa. Everybody's running for their lives. Everyone's trying to seek refuge. So just saying, if you are in a situation where you are in a foreign country and all of a sudden they're dropping bombs over Baghdad up in this Biznae and you are trying to find refuge, ain't no way I'm going to sit there and go, oh, no, I don't have a visa. Therefore, I can't go across the border. So I guess I'm going to die here. No, you're going to do everything you can to get over there because, hey, if Poland or any other neighboring country is sitting there going, come over, it's okay, you can seek refuge here, that should be for every single person on that planet, on that Ukraine plane. Does not matter outside of anything else. That's just what I think. I mean, a lot of us could sit there and say, hey, there's nothing wrong, or what you're saying is completely wrong, Pascal. You're wrong. That's fine. That's totally fine. But when it comes to red tape and it comes to livelihood and trying to dodge bullets and bombs and landmines, red tape don't matter no more. Paperwork don't matter no more. The safety of humans matters, regardless of race, color, or creed. This type of ish right here that we're looking at right now, this ish right here should not have happened. Because if this, oh man, woo, I'm getting heated. I'm sweating. I'm sweating. Okay? Because here it is. The reason why this is being called, if they're even saying, oh, it's misinformation, right? If they're even saying, even entertaining that right now, it's because of this footage that's already been leaked all over the world. It's because of people who are talking about it and saying what they're doing to our fellow Africans out here, to immigrants, is unjust. That suddenly, oh no, if you're native born Ukraine, you can go, but you guys just going to have to keep dodging bullets. Your life is obsolete now because of the melanin in your skin or the country you came from. Because you don't see them turning anybody back that is not pale complected, fair complected. Every single last one of these people that were being held back and still are right now, from what I understand, are of African descent. Amanda Seales said something which was crazy. It's like racism takes no days off. And I agree. This whole thing right here is sad, when it should be about the safety of these people, of all people. We should be showing what the true human condition is, not what the true human condition is not. And I get it. War brings out the evil in a lot of people. But I've never seen the evil being put out on a whole group of people that are also trying to find safety. So, Infinite Content, thank you so much. I can't pull it up on here, but he says, I heard from another source it's both Black and Arab people being left behind. Like I said, people who are darker complected, people of color. That doesn't make any sense. So we got more. Like I said, this happened. What you just saw with your own two peepers did actually happen. That actually did go down. Now, and like I said, they can sit there and go, oh, it was a misunderstanding. You know what I mean? But at the same time, the deal is done. Okay? The deal is done. It's like a dude getting caught cheating, like, hey, I still love you. It's like, no, the deal is done. I saw you in the bed with the chick. You know what I'm saying? The deal is done. But they can retract as much as they can. But for me, that was a very bad look. But let's do me a favor before we continue. Hit that like button. Send those likes past 200 likes. That would really, really mean a lot. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And do not forget to crush that subscribe button. Hopefully, I'll get this whole computer thing figured out very, very soon. But yeah, we're in a weird off webcammy crappy quality thing today. I apologize. It just happened right when I started doing, like, when I wanted to start going live. Hopefully I'll get it figured out tomorrow, and it'll be nice and crisp and clean. Okay. But moving on, we got more to go here because, like I said, this is bad. So I got an article. Surprise, surprise. Right? Anyway, says right here, Reuters, by the way, an article from Reuters says, you're on your own. African students stuck in Ukraine seek refuge or escape route. So, when one of the African students peered down from his high-rise apartment in the city of Kharkiv, I'm assuming that's Kharkiv, in eastern Ukraine on Thursday morning, the street below was clogged with traffic. People hurried along the sidewalks, wheeling suitcases behind them. The Ghanaian engineering student went to a window on the other side and discovered why. Russian planes were flying low above the city, trying to evade missiles that rifled through the sky. A scene resembling one of his favorite video games, Call of Duty. A reality dawned. And with nowhere to turn, the 24-year-old packed a bag and ran to the nearest underground train station for shelter, one of thousands of African students stranded in Ukraine during a Russian invasion with no idea how to escape. In a situation like this, you're on your own. You got to find the best way to find refuge for yourself, he told Reuters by phone from the basement of a church where he eventually settled on Thursday night. Cities under siege across Ukraine are home of tens of thousands of African students studying medicine, engineering, and military affairs. Morocco, Nigeria, and Egypt are among the top 10 countries with foreign students in Ukraine, together supplying over 16,000 students, according to the Education Ministry. Thousands of Indian students are also trying to flee. Let's not forget that too. Our Indian brothers and sisters are also trying to flee Ukraine right now as we speak. What was meant to be a cheaper alternative to studying in Western Europe or the United States has turned overnight into a war zone as Russian tanks, planes, and ships launched the biggest European invasion of another nation since World War II. With flights grounded, African governments thousands of miles away are struggling to support their students. The students Reuters spoke to said they had no help from home, which is very interesting as well. It is now that the reality is really hitting me. I think for me, it's a bit too late for evacuation and all those things. Ghana student presence in Ukraine is big enough for it to have a local union chapter. In the days before the invasion, the union sent reports about the situation to the government in Accra. They confirmed that they received things like that. But we never got any real reply on to any of our concerns. Afraid of taking the road west and without flights or money, this particular student will stay put for now. Others are on the move. When Russian bombs began to fall near Kiev or Kyiv, I think that's how they say it. I looked that up, by the way. West of Kharkiv on Thursday morning, a group of Kenyan medical students decided to leave. They have been in touch with officials from their government. One of them said, but they must find their own way out of Ukraine. So they got to figure it out for themselves with no help. Figure it out for themselves with no help from their government. Figure it out. The 5 students rushed to Kryv's train station on Friday morning in the hope of boarding a train to western city Lviv, I think. Sorry. From there, they aim to go over to the border into Poland, where they can return home. A spot on board. A spot on board the train is not guaranteed. It's really, really bad. Everyone's fleeing the city, said one of the medical students. She and her colleagues brought nothing with them in the rush, only vital documents. We can't carry luggage. Luggage will lag us, or will make us lag behind. So you see these people who are sitting here going, we have no place to go. You have their own governments, right, from whatever country they are from in Africa, basically saying you have to figure it out for yourself. You are on your own. Now, obviously, things have changed. Things have changed a little bit because, Twitter's an amazing thing, y'all. Twitter's an amazing damn thing. But people are starting to talk about this quite a bit because this is really messed up. You have these viral videos, or these videos now that have gone viral, where people are trying to get home. They're just trying to get out, actually. They're not even trying to get home. They're just trying to get to the next country over. They're just trying to get somewhere else where they're not in harm's way. Now, I'm going to show you guys this real quick. Because this was from, just about 2 days ago. All right. So this is Dr. Alakija. I think it's Alakija. Hopefully I'm saying her last name right. Dr. Alakija basically said Black Africans are being treated with racism and contempt in Ukraine and Poland. West cannot ask African nations to stand in solidarity with them if they cannot display basic respect for us, even in the time of war. Ignored in a pandemic and left to die in war? Unacceptable. Wouldn't you guys agree or no? That's up to you. I'm going to leave that up to you guys. Okay? But there are more to this, obviously, because obviously things have changed. Now, I'm going to pull this one up too. I got this. Hold on. And it's like a series of tweets from the foreign affairs minister of Nigeria. Okay. So at least some country, I think, is trying to do something. So let me show you guys his series of tweets. And that's a lot of series of tweets. So let's go. So this is from 17 hours ago. He kind of did a bunch of different things, but he said, and I think how it goes is, I think this is the first one. Okay. So Oneyama, I think it's how he says his name. I'm sorry if I mispronounced Jeffrey's last name, but he says here, spoke on the phone with the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine, expressed sympathy for the needless loss of life and destruction, and reiterated Nigeria's recognition of Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity. Hold on. Let me get this. I also expressed concern at the news of Ukrainians' border guards hindering the exit of Nigerian citizens. He asserted that Ukrainian border guards have been instructed to allow all foreigners to leave. See, but this is now. This is after the fact. Okay? He promised to investigate and revert quickly. Why would they? I'm going to continue. But like I said, why would they all of a sudden, oh, we're going to revert it now? Whoops. Oh, thank you so much, Jeffrey, for letting us know. My bad. We didn't know we were doing that. I didn't know our soldiers were doing that. No. Everyone can leave. Don't hold them back. I'm going to check that out, and I'm going to revert that quickly. I don't know. I don't know if I believe all that. But anyway, let's continue with the next one. The Minister of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine reverted to state, it's official, no restrictions for foreign nationals to leave the country exist. Problem is the result of chaos on the border and checkpoints leading to them. Okay. I am personally coordinating with our missions in Ukraine, Poland, Russia, Romania, and Hungary to ensure we get our citizens out of Ukraine and bring back to Nigeria those ready to return, while supporting those who are remaining in Ukraine. Okay, the ones that are remaining in Ukraine are probably the ones who are fighting. But other than that, no one's just remaining in Ukraine wanting to see bombs go down. That's not like this ain't Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I can't wait to see the bombs go down. No, they want to get out. You feel me? They want to get out. So for those supporting those who are remaining in Ukraine, those are the ones who are being held back. Just saying. They're being held back. That's just my personal opinion. Just my personal opinion. Let's continue on this one. We understand how difficult things are at the border. We are reaching high authorities in those countries and the International Organization for Migration to assist our people suffering at those borders. Our missions have been directed to send staff and buses to the border points in their respective countries to transport our citizens. I mean, yay. Thank you so much for doing that for the Nigerians. But what about everybody else, though? Not everybody that's in Ukraine that is from Africa is from Nigeria. So what about all the other people that are from Ghana or any other country that we listed before? I mean, some people are Egyptian. Some of them are Kenyans. What about them? This is only one country. Like I said, this is only one person. One. And that's him. That's him going up to them and going, hey, bruh. Yo, y'all stop my people from going through, bruh. And of course, other dudes like, oh, my bad. Oh, I didn't even know. For real? We were doing that? Oh, my bad, man. We're going to investigate that, and we're going to revert that quickly. Come on. So you tell me. Now, I'm not blaming Oniyama at all. Okay? Not. I'm saying the other people. Him talking to the heads, the powers that be, the authorities in Ukraine that are sitting there acting like, oh, we didn't know that we were doing that. You knew you were doing that. You guys ain't dumb. I ain't dumb. Let's keep it straight funky. Let's call it what it is. Okay? Let's call it what it is. And these are people who are trying to scoop up a mistake and saying, "Oh, whoops. Sorry, guys. Let me fix that really quick." No, all people are allowed to leave the country. Yet you see videos that I showed you a second ago where these people are being held back. They're getting dragged out of buses and trains, physically removed from public transportation. And you're telling me that they didn't say nothing? None of those high authorities didn't sit there and tell them, nope, only natural born. And like I said, that's only one Jeffrey Oniyama, who, again, is the Foreign Affairs Minister of Nigeria. That is only one person doing something for one group of people. What about all the other countries? What about all those other people that are stranded trying to figure this stuff out? Shout out to Jeffrey, okay, for standing up for his people. But there's a lot more people over there that are stranded trying to find their way home and trying to find safety. So that's just a little bit of what's going on. You know what? I'm going to open up the phone lines or the chat lines just for a second. But like I said, this is just what's so frustrating about it all. Because even in this moment of war, even in this moment of chaos, you think that you'd find the beauty in people. You think you find good things that are going on. But let's keep it real. This is BS. And it's all after the fact. Oh, so sorry. We did not mean to do that. Let's fix it right now. We didn't mean to mess it all up. We're good people. And we would never do that to a group of people. That's what it feels like. To me, that's what it feels like. I guess I missed some Snapchat or some super chats. Wow, I didn't even see that. Princess Rosedall, I didn't see it. I don't know where that clip is, if that's somewhere. But find the clip of the African lady with baby not allowed to get on train. 24 black Jamaicans can't get on either. That's crazy. I think it is this photo. Is it this one to the right of the screen? Princess Rose, let me know. Like I said, let me know, because that's some really messed up stuff. All right. Devastating. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Okay. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. All right. But like I said, if you got people who are trying to find refuge, trying to find safety from the wild craziness that's going on, I mean, shoot, if my state was under attack and we were trying to leave said state, every person that's in this state should be able to leave the state, if that makes any sense. It should not be, oh, you're blocked off because it's not like they were looking at their papers. They were not. In that first video that we saw, they created a human chain basically and blocked these people from getting on the damn train. Then there's other footage of these people getting dragged off the buses or trains because they are. How would they know to pull them off? You see what I'm saying? They singled out people of color because they could. And then as soon as the Minister of Foreign, I forgot the title, but as soon as somebody who is the Foreign Affairs Minister of Nigeria steps up and says, "Hey, what's up? What are you doing to my people?" That's when they go, "Oh, my bad. Oh, sorry, brother. We didn't know we were even doing that." Let me see if I can find that that video that Princess Rose Doll is talking about. Because that was quick. I think I found it. Lady in the video holding a 2-month-old, 3 degrees outside. Okay, let me pull this one up. Damn. Like, this stuff is just heartbreaking, y'all. Like, we as people nobody deserves this type of stuff, this type of treatment. Nobody. Take a look at this.
These are the black community. We are not allowing any black people to enter inside the gates. We are all here. It's only Ukrainians that they are allowing in. Even the ones with kids, they're not allowing them in. They only have been here for days and nobody's asking any questions. Only Ukrainian women and kids they are allowing in through these gates. All the places blocked and all are full of blacks from different communities, from different countries. Nobody's talking to us. These are the black community.
Yo. This is the reality that we live in, y'all. I'm sorry, but this is the reality that these people are dealing with right now. Not once, I guarantee you, not once are they going up to any of those people just to see if any of them happen to be natural born or citizens of Ukraine. They've all been pushed into a corner. And now they're standing outside, and this type of this footage is showing the truth. Look at this. I mean, you got one white guy right here walking through, which I'm sure if he pushed through, he's going to be fine. But what about everybody else here? This is not supposed to be some sort of lottery, right? This is not supposed to be some sort of thing where you have to buy your way in or get yourself through by doing something, or, oh, you got to have the right credentials to get through such and such and such and such. No, that's not how it's supposed to be. If people are trying to find refuge, look at the little baby. Look at the little baby, man. Look at that little baby. You're denying these people access to safety? But, oh, they forgot. They didn't realize that they were doing this to people. Let me see something real quick. When was this posted? This was posted on the 26th. February 26th. Yesterday. Yesterday, it looks like it was posted yesterday afternoon. Okay, early evening time. Okay, let's see this. This was posted, for example. This was posted to this morning. Early this morning. So this happened, the footage we saw happened the night before. And then this time, my time, around 5 o'clock, near 5 o'clock in the morning, that's when he had a conversation with the Minister of Foreign Affairs in Ukraine. And yet what's crazy is that people are still dealing with this BS in Ukraine right now. Fascinating. Fascinating, y'all. All right. I'm going to open up the chat lines because I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Please do not. Please don't forget to hit that like button down below. Send those likes all the way up. That would really mean a lot. And of course, do not forget to hit that subscribe button, man. Okay? We talk about everything here, including this BS. I want to hear your thoughts on this, guys. What are your thoughts? Okay? The link is pinned to the top of the chat on YouTube. All right, in the YouTube chat. So please, if you're watching on any other platforms, please jump on, click that button, and let's get into a quick conversation. I'm not going to be on for very much longer. It is late, and I still got a whole lot of stuff to do tomorrow. And I still got to figure out what the hell's going on with this computer. So We got Lady Justice in the house. Hello, Lady Justice. Good morning.
Hey, how are you?
I am chilling. I saw this just the other yesterday, actually, and I was like, man, I still don't know. I still can't believe this is a real thing. And lo and behold, it is. But what are your thoughts on this? Speak on.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I was kind of in the same boat as you, where I saw the clips and wasn't sure. Because when you see only a section of something, you're not quite 100% sure of the entire story.
Right.
But then I started always look for news from other sources. And I started seeing a lot of news coming out of Nigeria and reporting on this. And then there was an interview of a medical student who talked about what was going on and that he was just kind of bunkering where he was, I believe, at the university. And that's when I knew that the stories were far more accurate than I necessarily was sure of. But it is really disturbing, and it just makes me even more frustrated that the United States is sending money over there, but yet we can't even take care of our own citizens, that we have these problems here, and that we're continuing to think that our interest is thousands upon thousands upon thousands of miles away when we have devastation here within our own cities, with our own communities, and we're not even taking care of that. So it's a little frustrating to see how they're treating Black and brown people that are foreign, and how we're sending money, and the U.S. is not even saying anything about it. I haven't heard Biden say anything about it. I haven't heard Kamala say anything about it. I have not heard any of our leaders come out and say anything about it, aside from media reports. But we're okay sending money over there to people that would leave innocent people behind to die like that. And these are individuals that, to me, should be the first people, I would argue, should be some of the first people out, because what are they going to do? You're expecting them to fight for a country that you don't even want to give them rights to freedom of leave from. You're not going to treat them to get them to safety. You're going to leave 3-month-old babies out to freeze. It's just disgusting.
Right. I couldn't agree more. I mean, this whole display is just it's frustrating. It's sad. I mean, this is not the time to show this, because of all things, Ukraine wants to, have us have their, have, like, say, other countries have their back and stuff like that. But when you start to single out a group of people or groups of certain people, it makes you retract it makes you step back and go, why would I want to support or help or anything like that? But I do have somebody else here. Let me grab.
Can I just say one thing, and I'll jump off? Just one last thing I want to say. And another thing that I think is interesting, that I think is telling, is the fact that, reports are coming in that Russian soldiers are reporting that they don't know who to attack because they look like us. And the fact that that would be one of the first things that you were to say was, we don't know who to attack because they look like us, for me, is telling on a historical scale of who's been attacked and who consistently gets attacked today. Because if we look at, how the Middle East has been attacked from all sides, how, the stealing of African resources by all of Europe, people who they attack often never look like them.
Right.
And so, at least more in modern history. So I thought that was telling, that the soldiers don't even know who to attack because they can't decipher. So I'm saying, so it would have been okay if the people didn't look like you to attack. It would have been much easier. To me, that's just disgusting. And that's all I'll say.
But also, Lady Justice, I'll say this. It's very interesting because obviously it's very easy to know who's Indian, who is African, who is Arab. You know what I mean? It's easy to point that out. It's easy to push them out and go, no, you can't come in. But everybody who is of Caucasian descent or is passable as Caucasian can get on that train and get out. They know how to single those people out real quick. But
right, and that's the point, is that just because a person looks too much like you doesn't mean that they're your own. For example, like if we talk about Russian history, if you talk about the father of Russian poetry, Alexander Pushkin is descended from Africans that were sold to an African that was sold to the Tsar of Russia. So I'm just saying, at the end of the day, people might not look like them can still contribute to culture and their nation. And so I just, at the end of the day, it still bothers me, because that doesn't make anyone less or more of a citizen. Because I'm sure some of those Black people that are fleeing are Black Ukrainians. And no one's talking about that either.
That's what I'm saying they're not checking. It doesn't seem like they're checking people's papers or credentials or whatnot, right? They're just kind of blocking people off, and for what reason? It's really sad. But Lady Justice, thank you so much for being on. I appreciate it.
Yep. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Mr. Research TV, what's up, man?
I'm going to give you some different information.
Go ahead.
And provide some evidence. So
Please.
let's use and thank you for allowing this conversation, because the thing I say with younger people is, don't assume based on what you see now. Dig into the history books and find out how it used to be 10 years ago, 20 years ago.
Word.
And you'll understand this is normal. Like I said in your chat room, this is normal. I saw that. This is normal. So let's use her example she just used about Pushkin. When you look at his grandchildren, they're white as the driven snow. They're Polish.
Right.
And the significance of that is appearance. So I lived in Romania before the internet. So this was like 1992.
During dial-up.
Yeah. Internet created in 95. What you got to understand is, outside of America, the Black concept is respected, but Africans not so much. Let me say it again. African Americans are respected because they like how we fight back. And this is not a bashing of African thing. This is how many of the people outside of America truly view African people. Gotcha. So when everything is going good, then everybody's kumbaya. But look at what happened in Egypt when Hillary invaded. Those Africans were put up to slaughter. Look what happened in Libya. Those Africans were put up to slaughter. Look what happened in China. Those Africans were forced out. They didn't care about all this kumbaya, what's right, what's disgusting. Their premise is, I'm going to protect my people as they appear to be. First. Our resources, our train, or whatever the case may be, and all those three examples I gave, they're putting their people first. And a lot of times, because there's kumbaya moments when everything's going good, people think, oh, times have changed. Everything's different. No. When the white folks stormed the Capitol here in America, look how many immigrants was trying to get tickets to get up out of here because they didn't know what was going to happen. People got to understand, and I'm going to go to the Russia thing. Africans are not viewed as regular people when drama is happening. They're looked as beasts of burden or donkeys. So therefore, go ahead.
You see what you're saying right now, even though you're putting in the background story of everything, it's still confirming what I'm saying. What I feel deep down inside is like, hey, there is deep-seated racism in that particular area. I mean, we don't even need to talk about Poland in itself, but at the same time, you're kind of confirming. Let's just say you're confirming,
right,
my assumptions, you know what I mean, or my feelings. You know what I mean. You're backing what I'm thinking.
It's bigger than feelings, Pascal, because that's why I gave you those three evidence.
True.
You are mathematically correct in timeline, because what I wanted to give you is, see, Blackness only really exists because of America. Our African cousins are really not seen with respect as some of them wish to believe they are. And so these people will become disposable no matter what country they're in, because those people view us as XYZ. So if they have limited resources, or they got to get a Ukraine person out, they're getting their people out.
Yeah.
Everybody who, I don't care if you're a Ukraine citizen, that don't matter. If me and you go live in Scotland for the next 15 years, it doesn't matter. The day that Scotland has a fight with England, all their resources are going to be for born Scots, and they're not going to care if we got four generations of Scots living there. It just doesn't work that way. So I just want to come on to say that, sometimes people look at this stuff and they be like, oh, this is disgusting. This is normal. And the quicker you kind of understand that it's normal during the good times, you will not take it to heart like, oh, times have changed. Oh, this ain't never going to happen again.
No. I mean, what I saw was like an absolute confirmation of what I feel is what it's like to be, say, Black in Eastern Europe. So when I saw something like that, I was like, yep, still shocking. I mean, still no matter what, right?
Oh yeah.
Still, when you see, like, trust me, I've done so many police brutality videos and so many police involved shootings and all that stuff, right? You've seen them all. You've seen them. You've seen one. You've seen them all in a way. But it's still, even when you do watch it, it's still shocking. It is still surprising, even though you know what the end result's going to be. It still is a shocking experience, right? It's still surprising that, wow, we still live in a time where that kind of BS actually happens, yo. Like, that actually happens right now. But at the same time, I'm not surprised.
Well, just to be helpful while I got some time with you, I don't want your audience to be surprised. I want your audience to know that this could be normal at any given time when resources are low. If people don't believe me and they think that, oh, he's just trying to, go look at how Arabs treat dark skin in Morocco.
But let me say this really quick, because I saw Princess Rose Doll said this, and I agree with this too, though. And maybe it's this whole kumbaya kind of BS, okay? But she said, Princess Rose Doll, thank you so much for the comment. On YouTube, she said, it's not normal. I've seen nations come together in times like these. I have too. I have actually seen, races, different religions come together in solidarity to fight against, evil, right? In other countries. I'm not talking about America. In other countries. I've seen it. I've seen it before. So in a way, it is still kind of surprising that we still live in this day and age. We are now in 2022, right? And there are still something like this going on, where it's like, it's almost like it makes me think of that scene. And I don't know if you've seen South Park's the South Park, the movie Bigger, Faster, Uncut, or whatever the hell it is. And it's Operation Human Body Shield. And they put out all the Black people first at war. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It kind of made me think of something like that, where it's like, oh, the expendables are going to go, are going to be laid to waste. But
cannon fodder.
Say again?
Cannon fodder.
There you go.
Yeah. You know what? Here's why I say to the lady, and also to you. I hope I know people have come together, but I think I'm a student of history, student of war, and I will take the positive when the positive is there, but I just want people to understand strategically what some people are willing to do to secure what they believe their people are, while we may still hold on to those one or two examples of come together. It was very funny when Saddam Hussein was removed. For the first time, Persians and Iraqis got together and started crossing the border to interact. Now, if you're not a student of history, you don't even know that happens. You think that, they're against each other, but you remove one person and a totally different event. And I'm going to get off your microphone because I know you're ending, but I just want to give a different way of thinking for those people in the audience. And sometimes what happens, it's hard to give different ways of thinking because people want to agree on a particular thing. So my whole part of coming up was to give a different way of thinking, and then the audience don't have to believe me. You could just go check into it. Look at the Libyan war, the Egyptian war that Hillary started. Look at what happened in China, and you'll see that melanated, darker skinned people were put up for slaughter. You even have it in Sudan right now. The lighter skinned Sudanese don't want to be associated with the darker skinned Sudanese.
Yo, research. Do you remember what happened in the earlier on in the pandemic where we were all locked up? All right. You don't remember what they were doing in China, if I'm correct? They were
locking them up.
They were exiling Africans. They were pushing them out. They were refusing to even serve them at a damn McDonald's. Okay. I mean, this stuff is real. It's a true story. And that only happened 2 years ago.
But that's what I meant.
2 years ago.
That's what I meant by China. You had a couple of people who had apartments that they had leased for the year and paid up. They wouldn't even let them go back to their home.
Exactly. You remember? So I know that, yes, it's not surprising, but it still is, though, too, because you think that the human condition should matter, that the human lives should matter, especially people who are not trying to start no-ish, and they aren't going to be no-ish, right? They're just trying to get away. In fact, wouldn't they want them to leave? If you really think about it, wouldn't you want them to leave if they a big problem? You know what I'm saying? And they just, breathing all your Ukrainian air. Wouldn't you want them out?
But no. Having lived in Romania, I will tell you, the whole region doesn't see them as, they see them as fun time people. It's not their people. They see them as fun time folks. I mean, so I mean, in good times they're all kumbaya. But in bad times, you got to understand, the people in the region are going to protect their folks, and even though a lot of people don't like to believe in blackness and what have you, I got indoctrinated at 19. I was taught the game by a Romanian gypsy, dark-skinned Romanian gypsy over near Transylvania. And he just gave me the game on everything, man. And once I got back to America, I said, "Oh, now I get it. Now I get it." We think, okay, we're seen as human, and everybody should respect somebody, and all these other groups are smiling, but they're like, "I'm gonna protect my people." That's what they're on. Thank you for being open-minded to have a different way of thinking, Pascal. Let me move on so you can deal with somebody else, man. Much love.
Research. Much love to you, man. Talk to you soon. Peace. Hey, Tyler Hackner. What's up, man?
Hey,
speak on it. What's on your mind, man?
Yeah.
You're my last caller for the night.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just gonna say it. This pisses me off. I think, especially at a time when Putin is waging his war of imperialist aggression, and when he's just doing what he's doing. When I read that this happened, that just adds another layer of insult. When Ukraine is under attack and when its people are fighting back against Russian aggression, the last thing they should be doing is start heading off people and just not allowing them to leave. I don't understand. Well, I do understand how racist the world is, but I don't understand that even in times of war, but we should be in solidarity with each other as human beings. That even then we can't we can't get to that point. We can't just let people live. I don't know. It's
no. I understand. When I first saw the first video, right, with all this, I didn't even know how to put the words together into a sentence. My mind was completely blown with this whole situation. It's still blown. And the thing is there's some truths that Mr. Research TV just said, that there are some truths in it, but it's still shocking, right? It's still
I mean,
where you go, damn, I can't believe that this is, this is still really happening, even though it's not on American soil, it's still happening. But go ahead, Tyler.
Well, like the thing is, like, I had like the Ukrainian flag in my profile pic, and I had all this show of support for Ukraine, and to be honest, I still do. I now have to temper that with the realization that not only America but the entire world, they just don't want Black people to just live and just flee from the same kind of like oppression that like that all of Ukraine is like going through right now. Like just it's just
no doubt, my brother. I mean, listen, we are living in very telling times right now. That's what I think. And I think no matter what, shoot, maybe it is that thing where we're just here. Some people think we're just here for certain things, for their own,
benefit. I don't know.
Benefit for their own financial gain, for their own entertainment, for their own anything. That.
Right. We're seen as like just as like, I don't know. We're seen as profit or something to them, or like. Well, I think in America specifically, we're seen as like dollar signs because, oh, hey, we can sing, we can dance, we can like play basketball, or just but apparently, like across the world, like we're just seen as
a threat.
Yeah, a threat. Yeah.
We become public enemy number one, man.
Right.
And that's what's sad. Instead of it being, hey, come on, save everybody, it is, oh, you're Black. Nope. Sorry, you got to stay back. This is the part, like, if it was a situation of, hey, we need to see your credentials, and any person that's not of Ukrainian descent or is not of citizenship of this country, you cannot get on this train. There will be another train for you specifically for your own country, so on and so forth, whatever it is. Or we are going to be sending you somewhere else, you know what I mean, so that you can go and seek refuge back to your own country. We're going to send you back there. But instead, they didn't do that. They just saw skin color and pushed them all away. They cornered them they put them off where all these people are literally begging so that they can get the hell out of there, which is messed up. That's the shocking part of it all, is that we still live in a world where, hey, we just look at the skin color, and next thing you know, that gives you access or deniability of freedom.
To basic, just human rights. It's
human rights, human basic needs, man.
Basic needs. Like, well, the thing is, I don't mean to. I know you want to keep like the kind of inappropriate language to a minimum, but I just think it's bullshit. It's.
Well, you can say bullshit. It's bullshit, baby.
This
is bullshit, baby.
It is.
Okay? It's absolute bullshit, but it's also harsh reality of what we're seeing all around the globe. Okay?
Right.
But I mean,
period.
I'm not sitting here saying that all people are evil. Hold up. I just want to make sure that's abundantly clear.
Right.
I'm not sitting here saying that people are evil. I think people do evil things. But there
is good in the world.
Yes. And there is a time where war is not a pretty thing. War is very ugly, but you're supposed to find the beauty in those ugly, you're supposed to find beauty through people doing unbelievable things, going out of their way to help their brother, help that fellow man, right?
Yes.
Or woman, okay?
Right. Gender
but
neutral.
Instead we are seeing something where people are getting dragged off of dragged off of buses and trains, getting held at gunpoint because they're just trying to cross a border so that they don't have to be hurt or killed. Hundreds of people already died. Hundreds of people. And we're not even talking about soldiers. We're talking about civilians. Hundreds of people have died. Why do we have to add more to that
suffering?
Why do we have to add more to that body count?
And like the thing is, oh, sorry.
Go ahead, please.
Like the thing is, like, and none of this means that I would support like that I would support Russia or Putin or any of the actions that they've committed. I just think that when your country is fleeing that type of terror, you should let everyone in. You should be, how do I put this? You should be more humane, not less. You shouldn't be acting like you're oppressors.
Absolutely. This is not the time. But in ways, I look at this and go, okay, maybe America is in a different time. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe we're in a different, more progressive time in comparison to Eastern Europe. Clearly, there is some things and policies and ways that they do things that are a little bit more archaic than they are here in America. But then you can also argue that a lot of things that we still do here is pretty archaic too. But
yes, for sure.
We're not going to go down that slippery slide. But with that being said, you see something like that and you think on American soil to a certain extent, you would hope and pray that racism isn't as prominent, yet it still is. You know what I mean?
It still is. Like, well, and I know
it wouldn't be as prominent, but it's that moment right there is extremely telling of what that country thinks of their immigrants. Forget them being black, just people of color from another country. Right, because if you were white and you were a student, let's be real. If you were Caucasian and you were a student out there in Ukraine, you would have been pushed onto that train without any issues whatsoever. They wouldn't have looked at you and said, "Oh, you look American." No, they would have just pushed you on the train and said, "Go on." They wouldn't even ask.
Not a problem. Like just
exactly.
Like the thing is. Like I already know how America treats its immigrants. Like I know you're Haitian and I know the policies of what our country's done to like just all types of immigrants, like Haitian, Muslim, just in general. But when it comes to like the entire world, it's just like to see them have that same kind of brutality. While it's not obviously not reassuring, at least it's telling that it's not just us. It's not just the United States that perpetrates these sorts of human rights abuses on our people, and it's not okay. It's just not okay.
Yeah. It's not. It is not. But Tyler, thank you so much for coming on. I really do appreciate you talking and expressing your thoughts on this whole situation, man. You have a good rest of your night. All right.
Yeah, you too.
Appreciate you, brother. Peace. Oh man. I appreciate everybody who came on to chop it up with me and talk about this. I know this has been a very interesting 4 or 5 days, and it's only going to get weirder. I have a feeling there's so many pieces of stories, so many interesting pieces that have been going on. I'm not done yet, so don't leave just yet, because I am going to pull up something here that I want to grab real quick. From Infinite Content sent me a link. I want to make sure I have that here so that you guys have a little bit of information on this as well. It has a little pop-up thing. That's so annoying. But I wanted you guys to hear this as well. Now, there's obviously been talks of a possible meeting for peace. And I don't know how much of that is true or not, but there's an article already saying something along the lines of that. And it's saying Ukraine has agreed to hold talks with Russia, President Zelensky's office says. So, Ukraine and Russia are set to hold negotiations at the Belarusian Ukrainian border. The office of Ukrainian President Zelensky said in a statement on Sunday, according to the BBC, during a phone call with Belarusian President Lukashenko. Zelensky agreed that a Ukrainian delegation would meet with President Putin's representatives without preconditions, his office said. So they ain't even meeting in person. They ain't even meeting in person, y'all, because they don't trust nobody. They don't even trust each other. I don't blame them. I wouldn't want to show up and go, no. I wouldn't want muerte on me if I'm the leader of a country. You know what I mean? They want my head on a spit. No, I'm good. Good. The meeting is set to take place on the Ukrainian-Belarusian border near the Pripyat River on Monday morning, local time. Ukraine's Deputy Interior Minister Yenin said per CNN. So, Lukashenko will ensure all planes, helicopters, and missiles stationed on Belarusian territory remain on the ground during the Ukrainian delegation's travel, talks, and return. This is what the Zelensky statement added. This is what he said. He said, hey, Lukashenko of Belarus is going to hold this meeting between representatives of Putin and representatives of Zelensky so that they can maybe talk about quelling this chaos that's happening on Ukraine soil. Neither Russia nor Belarus have issued any statements confirming the potential talks. Okay, Zelensky had earlier said he would not meet a Russian delegation on Belarusian territory because Russia's invasion was launched in part from Belarus. Now, here's some interesting information. Well, let me finish this paragraph. He said he suggested several other cities for the talks. Let me say something. So apparently some of the missiles, I don't know why they say missiles, but some of the missiles that were shot into Ukraine that wiped out their airport, those missiles, guess where they came from? I'll let you think on it for a second. Don't worry, I'll wait. Belarus. I'm just going to say it. Some of the missiles were launched from Belarus territory. No lie. The same ones that destroyed their airport came from Belarus. So, let me say this. Would you want to go to Belarusian territory and sit down and have and share a Coke and a smile with Vladimir Putin? Probably not. I'll answer that for you too. Hell to the no. I ain't doing that. I don't know about you, but I am not doing that. Okay? But apparently he's saying, hey, I'm going to send out my messenger. I'm going to send out some of my representatives. He's going to send out his representatives. And we all going to meet in the middle and have a conversation on Belarus soil, which makes no sense, though, because you go out there. Come on, man. You don't think Belarus is on Russia's side? They shot, from my perspective, they shot missiles from their own country into my country. That does not make me want to go and hang out with the Belarusians. Not never. That makes me think you are riding with Russia. You ride or die, period. And yet, Belarus is going, no, come over here, my friend. Let's talk. We'll talk peace. Bring your representatives and I'll bring mine. We'll be fine. I don't know if I trust that. Don't know if I trust that. Let's continue here. The Russian delegation is ready for talks, and we are now waiting for the Ukrainians. The Kremlin spokesman, Peskov, said earlier on Sunday, according to The Independent. Okay, the Ukrainian president said he doesn't expect much from Monday's meeting, but let them try, he says on CNN, or says to CNN, okay? So that no citizen of Ukraine would have any doubt that I, as president, did not try to stop the war when there was even a small chance, Zelensky said. And while our guys are there, the president is here, the chief of staff is here, the prime minister is here, the army is here, the commander-in-chief is here. We will all defend our state and our borders. So he's saying, hey, y'all can be over there having a conversation. We still going to be on boots on the ground, strapped, ready to go. So if you want to talk about peace, sure. Go ahead. Bring your representatives. Your people will meet with my people, and we can see what happens. Break bread and see what happens. But, hey, I'm going to be over here fighting. Period. The announcement comes after Putin ordered his military command to put nuclear deterrence forces on high alert in response to Western sanctions. This is the first time I'm reading this article. I'm not kidding. First time I'm reading this article. Shout out to Infinite Content. Thank you very much. But he even said right here, Putin been saying some crazy stuff, man. And he's saying right here, I'm putting this nuclear ish on high alert. Because he's saying you will see something you've never seen before. So now he's saying, so that doesn't make any sense. If you're saying Putin is down to meet up, or his representatives are down to meet up to sit down with your representatives, but at the same time, he has made an announcement ordering his military command to put nuclear deterrence forces on high alert in response to Western sanctions, do you think he wants peace? Here it goes. Western countries aren't only taking unfriendly actions against our country in the economic sphere, but top officials from leading NATO members made aggressive statements regarding our country, Putin said in a meeting with his top officials on Sunday. Putin launched a full-scale invasion. We already know about this. He invaded Ukraine on the 24th. Shoot, 3 days ago. Damn. 3 days ago, baby. And now he's sitting here going, I am going to destroy the world. What is going on? Is this the start of WW? You know what I'm saying? The other numeral, the number that goes after 2. Dead ass. So you tell me, you think he wants to sit down and talk about peace when he's already said, I am going to station some stuff. And I'm going to put my people on a high alert. Where's that ish? I'm going to put my military command, I'm going to put them in nuclear deterrence forces on high alert. On high alert. And he talking about peace? Just saying. Just saying. I got a super chat. Let me pull this up real quick. Like I said, I wasn't done yet. I wanted to pull up some more stuff for that A. Okay? And here we go. Dory McNulty, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. praying for all Ukrainians, all colors, all races, wishing Wakanda was real. It would save them. No kidding. We need Black Panther up in this piece, man. My heart is with the people of color affected as well as other suffering people. Yes, I'm with you 100%. And thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I'm with you 100% on that. I mean, this is absolutely devastating what's going on. But you got a man who's out here in these streets trying to say that he, I mean, it's so weird. You know what I mean? Will he or won't he? You know what I mean? And I think that's literally what he's trying to do right now. He is just toying with everyone. Everyone. Okay? There's some infinite content said. Bang. Here we go. He's trying to keep the U.S., Israel, Pakistan, India, Britain, Germany, and France from clapping back on him. You know, I don't know what to think on this, y'all. But that's why I'm trying to figure out, why would this guy sit there and go, I'll meet with you. I'll have my people meet you. But he's still saying, you are going to see. I'm getting my boys, you know, suited and booted and ready to go on a whole other level, if you know what I'm saying. On a whole other level. But yet I'm going to still meet with you to talk peace. No. He ain't ready. He ain't going to talk peace. They're probably going to do some very bad things to Zelensky's representatives. That's what I'm saying. I hate to be the negative Nancy up in this piece, but I'm going to keep it straight funky with y'all. Putin is not done. He is not done. I guarantee you he is not done. And as these sanctions start coming out, and as he starts losing his access to his other monies and all that, he's just going to get more and more angry, and he's going to throw a temper tantrum like a 12-year-old boy. That's literally what he's doing now. Now he got his launch codes, and he got his access to all this other stuff, and he's going to start sitting there peacocking. Because he's going to be like, oh, you're not going to give me what I want? Okay. Peacocking. Let me show you my feathers real quick. Let me show you what I got. And imagine if he was to do something like that. And I'm not trying to fearmonger. Not at all. I'm just keeping it real. I'm talking about the harsh realities of what we're looking at here. This could very well be the very beginning of number 3. I'll say that. I could say number 3. God forbid we do. God forbid we start waltzing down that alley. But he is already towing the line. He been towing the line. And now he's going to say even crazier things. And we are all going to freak the F out. Now, the question remains, what is America going to do? Are we just going to sit back idly by and let this be what it is? Or are we going to step up and shut this mother lover down? Last time we did anything, with number 2, it was because we got hit pretty damn hard. Pearl Harbor. Are we going to have to wait for half of the country to be completely wiped clean for us to do something? And I'm not even sitting here saying that we need to actually do something, because I feel like once we go out there, right, that could give off the vibe or the start to a number 3, a trace. So I don't know what the right thing to do is. And I can only imagine what President Biden is going through right now. I'm sure he's sleeping through this, but he's probably thinking about it while he's sleeping. Something, or enjoying his ice cream and just, I don't know. We're going to have to see what happens here, y'all. I hope to God we don't have to. I hope to God we don't have to go down that route. We don't need a number 3. There is no reason for a number 3. We need to take a crazy human being down. a crazy human being that has some seriously dangerous toys at his fingertips down. That's what needs to happen. I got prayers and thoughts for all the people throughout the country of Ukraine, all right? All the African students and Africans that live there too, that are just trying to find refuge home. It's frustrating. I mean, it's not surprising because, hey, welcome to just being black. Racism is a real thing and is alive and well throughout the entire world, but it still sucks seeing stuff like that. It's still heartbreaking because no person deserves this, especially when they're trying to find safety. Thank you so much for this $5 super chat. Snack Panther, Russia's broke as a joke. The on a payment plan to pay for this war. Oh, okay. They on a payment plan to pay for this war. Yes. So I see the typo, but I get it now. Yeah, they are. They're going to be owing so many people when they lose. I mean, that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen, y'all. But hey, we got to sit here. We got to pray for all of us, for every last one of us, because we might be walking into some very trying times. I hope that's not the case. I hope that we have some positive news with these representatives on behalf of Ukraine and Russia meeting today. I mean, because it'll be, I'm sure it's morning time there. So hopefully their conversation will be productive, will be fruitful, and hopefully we will find, they will find peace and we can move on from this. But yeah, man, we are in a very interesting time right now. I say save your money and treat each single one of your people that you love with absolute respect. Okay, guys? But anyway, guys, it is time to get going. I appreciate all y'all for being on. Do not forget to hit that like button down below. Don't forget to do that, man. And also, do not forget to crush that subscribe button, okay? It'd be really great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. Anyway, it is time to get going, baby. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Sleep well, all that stuff. Take some melatonin, to drink a cocktail, do some push-ups, make sweet love, whatever you need to do to get this stress off your body. And I'll see you guys soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys in the next one. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.